Hello, 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 everyone. I hope everyone is having a really good Sunday Monday. Welcome on in British Man. I was not planning to stream earlier today, but obviously I am. I will still be playing some Nautica later at 5 p.m. EST, which is my time. And yeah, I just figured I'm lonely, I'm bored, I want something to do. So I'm going to be streaming some Genshin. I did update my model a little bit yesterday before my collab with Tabs, so hopefully y'all can see that I have made a little bit of improvements. There are a few things here or there that I did fix. And yeah, of course you go into Live 2D to edit one thing and 15 things and several hours later, you're still in Live 2D. And then you move it to VTube Studios and then you're like, nah, I need to fix this. And then you go back and do it all over again. So a lot of yesterday ended up being me editing my model, and I found a new button which will hopefully help with my eye tracking issue. There's a new button and it just says Google tracking. So we'll see whether that makes some improvements. Hi Vasilis, I hope you're doing good today. But yeah guys, maybe I won't have my eyes closed the entire stream as I try to read text. That would be great. That's the goal, is for y'all to see my eyes open and not closed the entire time. But it seems like Google might be doing a really good job, and I like that it doesn't use the graphics card nearly as heavily as the video tracker. So we'll see, because I hadn't been using the NVIDIA tracker just because I do play a lot of games, and I didn't want to cause any potential problems, because VTube Studios already uses a lot of stuff, computing power, if you will, as it is. So yeah, made some updates, new tracking. We'll see whether that works, and I'm gonna play some Genshin. So here we go. And if at any point it sounds like I'm munching on something, guess what? It's because I'm munching on something. Because I'm sad and lonely and by myself, I have decided... Oh! I accidentally double-clicked, because I thought my mouse was over here on the start screen. Oopsie. But if it sounds like I'm munching on stuff, that's because I am, because I was sad, I was lonely, I was like, I might as well go out and get some food, so I got some Burger King. It's not healthy, it's not good for me, but it is tasty, and I don't do this often, so I figured why not. Every once in a while isn't a problem. Can only upset my tummy so much, right? Aren't we all sad and lonely? I feel that. I normally have a housemate, but they've been gone since last Monday. They get back tomorrow. So I've just been twiddling my thumbs over here by myself, staring at my computer, and I want to talk to people and I want to have fun. So I figure at least, I mean, this isn't like equal to socialization that I would have out in, the wilds talking to people, but this is a form of socialization to be with y'all on here. So I'll take what I can get. Shadow Moon, hello! How are you doing today? I hope you are having a cheery Sunday Monday. I just felt like playing some Genshin, because I'm still not caught up with Fontaine, which, I mean, it's just released, so that's not a surprise to anyone. It's already Monday for you? Oh my god. Does that mean you have to go someplace, or? Because I know Mondays for me mean work. I know that isn't what it means for everybody, but that's what it means for me. It's 1:22 a.m. You should go to sleep. That's so late. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and getting enough rest. Yeah, I have no idea how long this stream is going to be, because I will be streaming later, and who knows, maybe I'll decide that I want to take a nap or something. But I figured it doesn't hurt. The exact opposite of you. So for you, it's like 1:22. That's my time zone. It's 1:22, but it's PM, not AM. What am I doing? I was going to the map. Okay, here we go. So we could either go explore the void and try to get here, which might be pretty chill so we can unlock that chunk. There's so many teleport points we haven't touched yet. Oh, damn. And I am on the East Coast while I'm on the Earths. While I'm on the Earths, that's where I be. I left the moon temporarily because people decided to crash a spaceship into it, so the moon I'm not at the moment because how dare they? How dare they crash a spaceship into my moon? If y'all don't know, look it up. It was an unmanned spaceship, so luckily no one's hurt. But there was indeed a spaceship just casually crashed onto my moons, so I'm over here on the East Coast right now. And hello, Hayuri. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome to my stream. I am playing some Genshin, hanging out, just trying to have an overall chill, good time. That's all I really care about at the moment. And I may be munching on some fries and some chicken fries, because I got chicken fries from Burger King.
But let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle.
It's night for you? Yeah, for me it's the middle of the day.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
Originally born in a small city-state. That sounds like it would be pretty nice. I was born in a decent-sized place. But you know, as a bun, I spent much of my young life in the forest.
Let's continue, traveler.
The forests were good. Oh, where am I going? Under. I'm going under. Near that teleport point that I'm going to try to find. It's Taylor Swift? What do you mean, Hayuri? What is Taylor Swift? Wait, why is it guiding me this way? This seems silly. I feel like I'm going the opposite direction. Navia? Oh! Wait, is there actually, is that a, well, I can't check. Is that actually a thing? Is that like a voice actor? Is Taylor Swift actually, I'm completely oblivious to everything, so, for reference. Yes, but how do I get down? Fine, I'll follow the stupid sparkles, even though they seem like they're not going where I want. Sparkles, please. Oh, did I leave where I needed to be? Is there a way under here? Oh, there was a staircase right here next to me. Oh, Navia looks like Taylor Swift. I see what you're saying. Is my mic making a buzzing sound whenever I speak? That would not be ideal. I am a very cheap streamer, I would say. This is not a very great mic. I got a Siren X off of Mercari for 20 bucks. So it's very possible my mic is making a buzzing sound. Let me look at my sound settings real quick. It could also be that I'm just very loud and I need to turn down my mic settings a little bit. It's going into the orange. How's that, guys? Is that any better?
What my dear
Did
sister
that
Lynette
remove
is
any
doing
buzzing?
right now. Missing me to
Is
death,
that
I'm sure.
a little bit, or is that like too quiet? Let me know because I'll make adjustments as necessary. I can also switch over to my headphones and use that mic. It's too low. Okay. Is that better? Maybe? I don't think that fixed the buzzing now. Could switch the mic. But I might... Buzzing is louder. Okay. If buzzing is louder, then it probably does have to do with my volume setting. How about that? Is that any better? It's somewhere in between the low that I had earlier and the high level.
So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing.
Is that
there's
improved
no
any?
limit to
It's
the
tied
number
to
of
my
tricks I
volume.
can pull
Okay.
off.
So maybe we'll test this for now. Let me know if it gets bad again, and I'll see whether I can do anything about it. It might just be my mic, and I cannot afford to get a new mic at the moment, so what we got is what we got, unfortunately. Like I said, I could switch to my headphones later, if necessary. A bit better since the game audio's drowning it. Okay. Cool. So it's just kind of like when it gets quiet, that's when the problems are. Woo, we're going down, down. This seems like a wonderful, safe area. Yeah, this summer has been not financially my best time, because normally I do a lot of contract work. You know, on the moon being remote is very good. So I do a lot of contract work, but during the summer, my contract work, like I'm in between contracts. So finances get pretty hard during the summer, and then they get much better during the rest of the year. Where are we? Hello? What is this place? What do I work as? Well, I do many things. Shadow Moon. So I make mochi, obviously. But then along with that, I do a lot of education type stuff. So like writing curriculum. And also I do a lot of stuff working with little buns. So little buns, once they're back at school, I'll have more to do. I don't work in a school, thank God. I tried that. It was not fun. But, I mean, I met good young buns while I was working in the school. Guys, I got burnout. Making mochi and doing all of these different things. I need to just, stick with one. That's one of the reasons I started streaming, was I just really, really wanted to get through some of the games that I wanted to play without feeling like I was wasting my time. I swear I saw a sparkle. Oh, I did see a sparkle. Okay, here we go. Working at school really tests your patience, especially, I would say, when the young buns that you're working with are in 11th grade. So for those of you that are not used to that grading system, that's 1 year from being out of high school. I'm not a private tutor or school admin. Like I said, I'm not in schools anymore. I think that was just not a good decision for me. I overextended myself. Currently, I work with some field trips and stuff like that. I'm a very sciencey bun. I like science. Science good. It says to go down. I'm not going down. I'm going up. Oh, it's a turtle. He's got a name. Does he talk? He does not talk. Hello? Why am I talking to a turtle? I want him to talk to me, though. Look at him. He's just a big boy. Look, they painted him up. He's so cute. School teacher is a thankless job. I agree. Isn't that the turtle from Sumeru? So they've got a lot of them in the desert, and I don't know if there's many around here. I think so. We're like right next to Sumeru. Kind of. Sumeru's here. So I think they're just kind of all along in here. Like, ooh. Yeah, okay. But I don't know. I just want to talk to him. I want him to be my friend. I like him. You're right, dear Luca. Oh, it's these guys! We jumped a man together, so we bonded. You're right, dear Luca. I do hope that such a regrettable incident won't happen again. Why, if it isn't our good friend. What a coincidence bumping into you. How have you been? Yeah, about Virgil, after we jumped him, what happened? Are you feeling interested in fishing? Fontaine, there are all sorts of fish that make fishing truly rewarding. Am I right, dear Luca? Shame. He seems to have his own more tedious pursuits. Still, I'm certain that you understand. Am I right, dear Suki? Here's some fresh catch. Please take it. I'm sorry to interrupt you. It's just that I really wanted to share this novel fun of exercising with you. Literally so many entitled parents who think their precious golden children are God's gift and deserve special treatment. Luckily, I did not encounter much of that. The school I was at was weird, to say the least. It was the most passive-aggressive place I've ever been in my life. I do not recommend. What's up here? There's more people. Hello, more people. Oh, look, there's 2 kids. Big brother, this place is kinda narrow. We can't race like this. It's fine. The adults say that boats can sail wherever there's water. Why don't we make small boats? You know, like the aqua buses. Oh, nice. And then we can race using the boats. Good idea. Okay, they need materials. Oh my goodness, every time they ask him to fix a toy, he'll deliver something completely different back. Isn't that a good thing? If he can turn a boat into an aircraft, I'd even work for him. Amazing.
Then let's build a smaller boat.
Oh, they're so cute.
The waterway here
This is such a big place under here with all these people. Is this the way I came in? Did I get turned around? No. This is not where I came in. Come here, lizard. Oh, a radish. Yay. Love me a good radish. I can't talk to like any of these people. This is so disappointing. I got an apple and a carrot. Oh, well, look, a lizard. Ha 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 ha. I caught the lizard. Let's see. Did the box just move? No. No, it didn't. I got suspicious after this summer event with moving boxes. My eyes are playing tricks on me. I must be more tired than I thought. So, how are you doing, Hayuri? Hayuri? Sorry, I can't even talk today. I must be tired. Hi, Lizette. Where should I adventure next? Adventure? That's right, my adventures here's been awesome. Everyone treats me well, especially the people at the Spina de Rizzula. I don't really remember. Oh no, one day when I woke up, I was just here. Maybe mom and dad abandoned me or something. No, Lizette! That's not your fault. Everyone here tells me that too. Everyone here's super friendly and I'm living really well, so even if I don't go back, I mean, I'm totally okay staying here forever. Lizette. Just chilling. Don't have much to do since it's nighttime. That makes sense to me. Is this where we're going? No, but I can talk to people. Is it so hard to believe? What? It's me, Fauster. Oh, sorry. I must have gotten the wrong person. Too many people ask me that, so I thought you must be an old acquaintance. Old friends don't recognize? I have a short stint at the fortress of Maripide. Petty theft and stuff. And when I came out, no one could recognize me any longer. They said I'd changed too much. Well, I certainly was leaner sight in the past. It took quite some effort just to move chairs even. But unrecognizable? Really? I just bulked up a little, that's all. That's fair. I've gotten the Pankreton ring to thank for that. What is that? When I first watched a boxing match, I couldn't help but wonder if I would have ever stolen had I simply been strong enough. After serving my sentence, I was invited to join the Spina, and I began to do some legitimate manual labor. I guess I'm finally on the right path. Who are you? I wonder if Lucille's doing all right. An old companion of mine. It could have lived free after I modified it, and then they took it away from me. There's no time to take anything back because they gave me a new workplace, the Fortress of Maripide. By the way, before Lucille belonged to me, it was a Gardemark with the guards. Oh, he had one of the big robots. I didn't resist when I modified it, so I took that as consent. I'm sorry. What? I mean, it is a robot, but I don't like the way that sounds. This job has some perks over my previous work at the Fontaine Research Institute. What did you do there? That place looked wild. It's like giant blue cubes. My time at the Maripede was more conductive to creativity, to be honest, given the lack of complicated processes and boring summary meetings. Even my daily meals were delivered by clockwork machines. Such an inevitable situation. Enviable situation. A shame, though, that the canteen manager refused to sell me that machine. He even tried to buy a machine while he was in jail for messing with machines. Amazing. No matter what, such an innovative spirit deserves praise. I have some materials of various sorts. Take them. See if you can come up with some innovative ideas. Okay, sir. Thank you for stuff. Ooh, I got a crystal. The bartender can solve my problems. They will resolve the issue with minimal harm. Bartender. Alcohol doesn't always solve problems. From things as small as living supplies and household affairs, to matters as large as factional disputes and savings, the Spinna can do it all. So whoever called her Taylor Swift, that is the leader. That is the boss of the Spinna. Or the Spina de Razula, whatever we want to call it. I gotta explore this whole place, but I can't buy fish from that man. Let's see. Fine, I'll go where I'm supposed to go. I guess. Ooh, there's a legal advisor. The big boss. She's the big boss. That goes all the way up. Legal advisor. Hello. She would have become a duelist, but she's not. That's not happening. She can't fight. So she's gonna fight with her mind, I guess. So she's gonna make sure she understands everything and find clauses that fit the situation. Nice. Cool. Ooh, look, a book. The book is mine now. Alright, here we go.
So, this is your base? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father... he was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
I don't think it's good, whatever it
Mademoiselle,
is.
if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand.
You missed this scene? You missed it as in you didn't see it? Or you missed this scene as in it's a really good scene and you miss it?
My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets.
Uh-oh.
3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial.
Oh, no.
He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
But I I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence.
But nothing did.
But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself. The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the
Oh
time of
no, okay.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something.
They must. There's got to be something somewhere.
I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Demoiselle, please. If there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
Yeah, I'm with Paimon. And Hayuri, that you said that's why you're determined to protect her.
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
But how could... Never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Miss Clorand.
Miss Clorand, isn't that the lady that's like second hand?
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
Something else is going on. I don't know if he got killed, maybe. I mean, did anyone see the duel? I don't know. I guess I'll find out. But you want to pull for her banner because of the quest? Did you just finish the quest? Or are you like, how far ahead are you, I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
I'm with you,
Miss
Paimon.
Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the
You finished it?
honorable nature
Nice.
of the
You
duel.
finished all of it, or you finished
If her
this
opponent
quest?
doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
I'm not worried, Hayuri. You seem really nice.
Don't worry,
I
Nadia.
have a tendency to trust
Paimon
the
knows
people
how you
won't
feel.
spoil things for me.
You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Afterward, Miss Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety.
Yeah, he
Yes,
was
that is
planning to
our
die.
understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? Alright, anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
You did not sound like you were complaining, girl. You sound like you got problems.
Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yeah. Hormones beat.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
Okay. Rest in my room. Okay. My room. Oh, I don't get to see the inside? Boo!
Paimon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe.
Why is it... is that a bad thing?
Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
They're out, I guess.
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Aren't they like your bodyguards, though?
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vache.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
Girly, get some
How
rest.
could
Come
I
on.
after having such critical new evidence appear?
Ugh.
Uh,
But girl,
guess Paimon
you
wasn't
think more
speaking for everyone
clearly
just now, huh?
when you rested.
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere.
Huh, I don't know if that's wiped or
I
it was
suspect
never real to
that
begin
those
with.
behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vache person is a key witness in the incident.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
No, there is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to.
And that would be?
is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept.
Well, we know Neverlet.
If the
He was
Obsidian
nice.
that you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, we should be able to find some related information there.
You're envious she can think clearly even when she's sleep deprived? Same. I would love to be that lucid when that sleepy. Or I guess she's not sleepy. She's like running on adrenaline.
In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we? Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see
It's
the Honorable
something,
Chief
Navia.
Justice.
Don't say it's nothing. I'm sure it's something, girl. All right. Let's see. No, I go to the map. Come on, Genshin. You always do this. All right. We'll teleport up here.
Palais is
Not
right up
this
ahead.
part.
Come on.
I knew she's acting weird. I like Neverlet though. He seems chill. But the way you said that makes it seem like he will not be chill. I have a feeling they got some history. I don't know what kind of history, but history.
Halt! Please state your business here.
Oh, it's one of the
Chief Justice is
Melusines. I love
presently
them.
occupied with official matters.
Huh. This place
Ugh,
does
is the
look pretty
Hydro
heavy
Archon
guarded.
here? I don't.
Guess that
Ugh,
proves that
I don't like
Neuvillettes'
her.
files are really secure.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. Paimon can tell.
If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy. So please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
We got plenty of reasons, Sedine.
No. What I meant to say is, Shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
It is, Sadine.
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
All right then, I'll let you through.
She's so
inside.
easy to convince.
Ah, thanks so much.
All right. Is he gonna be like, what the fuck you doing in here without an invitation? Ooh, look, a book! Ha 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 ha. Any other books? While I'm here? Please? No.
Please come in.
Okay. That was easy. He was very nice about letting us in. He's being intense. He's studying.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet. We only lied to get in because we didn't know any other way.
I mean, we didn't really lie, though, I thought.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
I like
So
him.
you're not mad at us?
We're looking for a man called Vache. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
They did lie, though?
Find him. We may be able to unearth some key
Well, I
information
missed the
on
lie,
case.
obviously.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
Because I thought they said that they were here about a follow-up case. Which is not incorrect. It is related. It is a follow-up,
so
right?
easy to talk to.
Oh, something's happened. Why is the clock...
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years.
The eyes?
There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
What?
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll take our leave now.
What about the eyes? What?
Ahem.
I saw the way he looked at something. And the clock was ticking.
Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should. It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel? Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die? Despised and hated by all. Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything.
Oh, you meant Navia's eyes.
There are
She
still
cries,
so many
yeah.
things I never got to tell him. So many
Aw.
questions he still owes me answers to. If you really
That's fair,
have
fair
no
how
heart,
you...
then
I
just
can't
look
talk
me in
because
the
sad.
eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true
Oh.
meaning of regret.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice.
I want to hug her too, Hayuri.
My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
But it looked like he... I don't know if he really looked. Which is sus.
Navia, are you okay?
I'm fine.
You're not fine, Navia. It's okay to say it's not fine.
Rain. It's raining.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
What is it? Did you think of something?
You think he also wanted to save her father, but chose to follow the law? I agree. But I think... I don't know. It seems like he was being cautious about what he said. You know what I mean? The Hydro Archon, I'm really suspicious of. I don't think that she's evil, but I do think that she is misguided, as it were. I think she's being misguided in some way.
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait.
People can be turned into water. Shoot.
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? And then got washed away with the rain?
You think he might be cautious? It's
Yeah.
possible.
And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier? All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later?
I'll go with you now.
Great. Let's go then.
Great, the weather's clearing up. I wonder if there's someone up
How
there
did you not
performing
realize,
magic.
Navia? You're sleep deprived, that's why. Which, I mean, yeah, pretty valid. Okay, it's down there. Wait. I have a teleport point down there because I've been down there, so let me... I mean, this is called me being super lazy, but you know, it's fine.
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common.
What if it's a ship so that they could, like,
A
float away
gigantic
when
and
everything
glamorous
floods?
ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest.
I think there's a
Symbolizes
reason it's
Spina
a
di
ship.
Rosula's bright and limitless future.
And Paimon thought you
A
were
darker
bluffing
reason.
when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past. Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers.
Hi, Jade. You love the window aesthetic?
But
Well,
now
this
that
was
Paimon
also
has
less,
this ship
Jade.
for
I
herself,
had
She's been
I had a
convinced.
window aesthetic, but I didn't really like how my overlay looked. And Celeste actually made this one for me. She's very, very talented, and it's awesome. It was very kind that she made this for me. You never thought I opened all the waypoints even before the quest?
Well, Poisson
Yeah,
is
I
where
haven't
Spina
hit
di
all of
Rosula
the
began,
waypoints
after
yet.
all. It's
I
our
only
main
hit
base,
these ones because
our
I was
home.
gonna go mug a man. I was gonna go jump him. I was gonna jump that, what, Virgil, I think his name was? So I went to go jump Virgil. Because Virgil was an asshole to me, so we jumped him. That's the correct way to fix a problem, right? To jump somebody. That resolves all of the issues. I mean, it seemed to work for me. They even gave me a fish when I met him in the sewer. They were like, hey, you helped us jump a man. Here's a fish. And I said, gee, thanks. Up we go. Round and round. Okay. Here we are. I'm gonna finally get to my burger that I got
Maloose,
like
we're
an
back.
hour ago.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners. You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
Croissant.
About that.
I love all
it's
of the
because
French
my partner
words.
here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Maloose? On that night, it was raining?
Ja, it was raining.
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson.
Hayuri, I think that's because croissants are also French, right? I love that this region is based on France. It's very evident in all of the names, like Nevolette. I think it's so fun.
At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus
Squid!
or control your
Hi,
emotions.
Squid!
And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance.
Hayuri, I am very easily spooked. So Squid likes to pop in
As
and
he
just
oversaw Poisson,
hit
my
buttons.
father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse.
Do all of the
and
spook
called for a
things.
complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him,
You're at the partner's
refused to
grandkid's
yield.
birthday? Nice. Well, I hope that you're having a fun time. How old is the kid? Is it
Not only
a little
that,
kid?
Boss became
Or
determined
is
to
it
find
older?
the mastermind
Because that
behind the
changes
synth
birthdays
operation,
drastically, you
put
know?
an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant. The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all.
Maybe Jacques was threatened with turning into water and he didn't want to turn into water, so he asked to be killed before it happened because he got found out?
Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time.
There were pieces of clothing. Ah!
left at the scene. Precisely. It's
Oh my
all
gosh.
thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired. You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
You were wondering, isn't this the Archon quest? It's more like Navia's story quest.
Jacques
I
was
think
an
you're right,
empathetic
but also,
man
like,
who was
the
infinitely
Hydro
remorseful
Archon,
for his past actions.
I think she's being
It's
misled,
unlikely
like I
that he
said
turned on
earlier.
Boss with zero warning.
She does not seem evil or malicious. She seems very misguided, and she seems easy to manipulate. And I think she is way more involved in this than we all know. And she's very concerned with her appearance, too. So if she did something that was a mistake, at the guidance of someone who manipulated her into it, wouldn't she try to cover it up? That's my thought. You don't mind having Navia on screen? You hate Furina's attitude? I agree. Her attitude is awful.
This third person is probably the key to the full truth. On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise
Do you
and
think
in
he
line
could be
with
involved?
Boss's wishes to step back.
Or do you think
Give up on the
he's...
case.
I don't know. He could just be being nice. But also at the same time, anyone right now that's like, you probably shouldn't look into this. I'm like,
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end?
ooh.
Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed.
Oh, Navia.
Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly? I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now.
It looks like my eyes are still closing when I'm reading text,
want to
but
find out the
I think
real
Google
answer
is doing
for
a better
everyone's
job than the
For the missing
level
girls,
5
for
tracking.
the victims, and for myself.
Maybe. Maybe. My eyes are still closed whenever I'm reading
This
stuff,
is
so
indeed
who
the
knows.
best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
Okay, so he is encouraging us to do it. He just wanted us to make sure that we understood the implications of
So
our
you
actions.
do know something else, Maloose.
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, demoiselle,
Oh no!
had been selected as the next target to disappear.
Shoot!
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live. And the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety.
So he was already on his way out, unfortunately.
5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina de Rosula
Hayuri,
about the
there are a
details.
lot of twists and turns. I was not expecting that one.
But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
It is Adapter Fella. Hello, Jinjin. How's your day going?
Right. So nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful were still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
It goes? Why does it only go, Jinjin? Today's one of your days off, is it not?
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
Keeping an eye on your Abu? Can you rephrase that? I'm not quite sure what you mean.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the
your
answer
grandmother.
for the
Okay,
sake of
so it's
everyone
kind of a day
involved,
off, but not really. Gotcha. You're busy
I'm sure
on
he'd
your
be
day off.
extremely
Understood.
proud.
Meanwhile, I've had like minimal
That
human
fool.
contact for the weekend,
Couldn't
so
he have just given
I've
it to me
been
straight?
just kind of streaming a lot, doing a lot of computer things. I've been a little lonely, but that's why I'm streaming now, so I can chat with people's, which I like doing.
No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him.
Navia, you've got this image of him in your mind, and it's breaking, and I'm sorry, but it's gonna
Is
be
that
okay.
the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now?
Navia, he was being proud of you. He
Yeah.
loves you.
I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world.
That's what he wanted. He wanted you to make your own
But
choice.
thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as
Oh,
a person.
Now
In
you're
this case,
you're giving him a
He
slap in
really
the
didn't need
face.
to give me an easy way out.
Navia, you're discrediting him now. I thought you loved him. You were gonna stream later when she fell asleep. That's a good idea. What would you plan to stream, Jinjin? And you, yeah, Hayuri, she really does need a big hug. She needs some therapy too,
Malus, what was the key
because
evidence
this
that he
is
shared
all
with you?
very stressful on her as a person. It's like the weight of the world's on her shoulders.
It's the location where synth is produced. Essentially,
Is it gonna be
it's the enemy's
the institute?
headquarters.
The weird blue institute?
When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
I don't think that's how it works, Paimon.
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades. There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their
Elden Ring,
headquarters.
Jinjin.
We
That'll
also
be fun.
have no idea
It's
what
always
kind
good to
of
do
evidence
what
we may be
you
able
want
to find
to, like,
inside,
relax.
nor what people we may be able to
Hi,
capture.
Yuri. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you get a really good night's sleep. And yeah, I'll be around. So if you want to watch more Genshin, I'll probably be playing some more this week. So you can always see whether I'm on. We'll see how far I get today, but I hope you get a really good night rest, and I hope you have a great day tomorrow, or I guess in this case today, later in your day today.
But a single visit
That'd be
to their
awesome, Hayuri.
headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war.
But yeah, make sure you get a good sleep, and that way you're ready to go for the day.
The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
That's
Hi,
true.
Yuri. Thanks for joining the Discord.
Seems my father really had
And
no choice.
sleep well. It'll be fun to talk with you and hang out in there.
But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other
Thank
side's
you. I
guilt
will have fun.
Now that we've connected synth with
Now
the
I'm
disappearances case.
determined to get Navia the information she needs. So
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Malus.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
Ooh, he's been snooping for us.
Thank
Good
you
job,
for
Malus.
all of that, Malus. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here. When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3
And I bet they're still here,
The
aren't they?
first is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
Huh? Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our
You're
upcoming
relaxing
plans
is with
and
one of the
could
most
thus
stressful
avoid
game
capture
series.
this whole time.
Yeah, meanwhile I'm over here just watching the story of Genshin go by like, oh, this
There's
is nice.
someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson. The boss helped it to grow to its current size, and in the beginning they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around, with a lot of business connections in the city.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly.
Star Rail stresses you out, Jin, but Elden Ring game is like really therapeutic. I can see that though.
Enemy we've
Star
been
Rail,
fighting against has been right
I don't
next
know.
to me
I like
all
Star
along.
Rail a lot,
Among
but
those I trust the most.
for me, Genshin is way more
It's
relaxing.
almost too hard to believe.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Of course.
I bet we gonna
And
catch him.
Thank you, Malus. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today.
Oh, they're still here. That's nice.
If it might help, you could also pay them a visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
Your stress comes from the grind. Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like Star Rail feels very repetitive, whereas Genshin, I'm just like hopping around, running around out in the wild. You know what I mean? It's less straightforward, unless you're doing a quest like I am here, and I really appreciate that. Whereas Star Rail, it's very streamlined from one step to the next.
Aw, thank you so much, Malus. You really are the best.
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
And the battles in Star Rail feel like they take a really long time. Whereas here, I've got my team down to a science. Where's Jacques' family? They're over here. I guess it's gonna be easier just to fly down, ain't it? Hi, cat. Hello. Woo! A sparkle. I love me a good sparkle. They can until they get the composition you want? Yeah. Well, and here I've got the composition I want. Lenny is not part of that, but that's just because he's level 40 right now. Lenny, I have a feeling, will be part of
I wonder what my dear
my
sister
main
Lynette is
team.
doing right now. Missing me
But
to
he's
death, I'm
new.
sure.
So, obviously, I have
It
to
is
run around as
settled
him
then.
for funsies.
Please excuse me and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Oh, the little girl looks mad. Oh, she is mad.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Which, I mean, is very fair, Navia, but yeah, you definitely should have.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of Mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
Ooh, Adelaide.
I didn't know
Or
how
Adele.
to face you. Because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt.
Coralie just seems tired.
On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Oh.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Oh no.
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Oh, Adele.
Things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Oh, sweetie.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons. Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh.
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so?
Oh.
the first time anyone said that to me.
Guys, I don't know if it's because I'm tired or what, but this is making me very sad. Very sad. Okay, we got a testimony. Florence over that way. He's one of the people I'm suspicious of, yeah?
Are you okay, Navia?
He's down. He's up.
I'm fine. Don't
Okay.
worry. Let's
Bridge.
investigate the 3 suspects next. Laurent should be nearby.
The
And we
feels
should be able to
wagon.
find Thierry
Yeah, I
and
hopped on the
Marcel and
wagon. I didn't mean to.
I'll get myself together on the way. So please don't worry.
Okay, Navia. Hello, totally normal,
Greetings,
not
boss.
spy man.
How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside. And we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callis was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after?
Okay, I'm already betting it now.
My first reaction was that Mr.
We're gonna ask
Callis's life was
similar
in
but
danger.
slightly different
So
questions
I grabbed
from
my
each
holster
person.
and made a mad dash toward the scene.
And we're gonna see whose story does not line up. They're gonna be the spy, and we're gonna have the evidence we need about what actually happened.
But
Maybe.
when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callis was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guards said that the first shot didn't hit anyone.
Well, they're in
while
water.
The second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callis had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned, do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callis ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys?
Yes.
But
I
hold
think that's
on.
exactly what we're saying.
If that's what it happened.
Okay, and I can open my relevant clues menu. Okay. So, cool.
Happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his
Or
eyes?
he thinks it was someone at the court.
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything once the whole truth has been revealed.
She's very confident.
I understand. Then I'll leave Mr. Callis's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callis the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callis, even after so many years have passed.
Oh, bud.
But it was Mr. Callis's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today. No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Okay. 2 more people to talk to. Where's this person? It says up. Oh my god, he's all the way over here. Hello, Thierry.
Hey, Thierry.
Oh,
It's
Thierry.
me.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've got news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the Guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Callus did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Lenny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be
nice.
much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city.
We were.
So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do was get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia. Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
All right. Thierry is pointing fingers. No one else has pointed fingers. Just say. Why is he the only person pointing fingers? Can I climb up onto this roof? Yes. Okay, where am I going? This way. This is the way I be going. Is it straight down? It is. Which means if I drop, I'm gonna drop into the cutscene and instantly die. So I just gotta slowly float my way down. The number of times I've fallen into a cutscene and died has been way too high. There we go.
Hello. How may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him. Sure. I will let him know right away.
Is this the person who's...
Navia, hello. Sorry to
Why is he
keep
in a
you waiting.
hurry?
I'm not as young as I used to be, so my
But
legs
is he the
are
one
giving out a
that's
bit.
selling the drugs?
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
He was there, though. Which means he could have made the water transition happen? He could have turned the person into water?
You were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive.
Paimon looks very proud of herself.
To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Paimon's so done now.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Paimon's done. Time to grill him. Is that because Paimon is
Too much
snacks?
credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabriere will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Everything is emergency rations if you're bored enough. So yes.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel.
More like a snack for the
I
road.
don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory.
I will say Marcel is being a little
The Confrérie
sus.
was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
A gunshot.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around
A
some more.
singular
See if there are
gunshot,
any
he says.
valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora.
It sounds like he might not have actually been doing what he said
All my
if he
wealth
heard
comes
one
from Callus's
gunshot.
patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
But I thought you were in the drug business.
This can work. I'll just treat them as new samples.
I don't know. Where's Navia? Navia, where, this way? This way? Navia, where, are you in the back? Navia? Are you up? You're in the stairwell. Stairwell. This ain't stairs. I thought you were in the stairwell. Here we go.
We've talked to all three suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
I think the last guy's the most suspicious, though.
But where should we start? Ah, you're right. Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with a gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
According to Jacques' family members, He already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he...
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
I mean, it could have been a warning shot.
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the order and seek protection from my father. Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory. Besides, Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the 3 suspects would have the ability
There's a
to
clock.
control
I don't know. I'm
privately-owned
suspicious
Gardamex?
of the clocks. Who was the last guy? The last guy was... No, that's the... Marcel was the last one, right? Or it was Florin.
Florent? But
I
as
don't
Spina
know.
di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security.
So you're saying he...
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he...
Okay. I meant to say Marcel. I don't think it was
Marcel?
Theory.
My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex.
There we go. That was the person I meant to
for
pick.
me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of Mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
Okay, I have to pick all of them.
It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use. But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory.
That is true.
If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Who could it be?
I think what? Okay, here we go. Okay, I have to pick them. I think it's gotta be Marcel, right? I think it's gotta be him.
know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
Yes.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these 3, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered.
So we're not
When
going to
he laid out
be
his case
suspicious
for
of
the 3,
him at all?
The rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight.
It could also be Malus. I don't know.
Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. But we don't have any other options right now. We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. Oh,
Theory?
I've been looking for you.
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so
Is it gonna be
newsworthy about this
Malus?
one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a
Child!
harbinger called Tartaglia.
What he do this time?
What? Is that someone you know?
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
He gave us his vision,
Well,
though. We got his
He's
vision.
been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
So this has only happened after we've talked to all three of the people saying we're reopening the investigation.
Right. Because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah. And it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
I understand.
So I don't think it's theory, because he wouldn't
Well,
reveal
partner,
that.
what
He'd
do you
let
think
her
we should
figure
do?
that out on her own,
We
or
still
realize.
haven't found any conclusive evidence.
We gotta help Child. He's an idiot, but I love him.
Split up? What do you mean? Just as expected of my partner. Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus. Leaving his home base, you're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
Okay. We're in charge of getting evidence. I got it.
Us in Lenny's trial.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
Okay, cool. They've showed up.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malus, Silver. When did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance.
They're good
It's our hope that
eggs, I think.
your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Irenaeus. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
We literally have his vision, though. What if he needs it to break out? I don't know. Would Child even be able to break out? And his vision was acting
now that
weird.
Nadia has set out for Irenaeus, we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.
Are they fighting? What are they doing? What is he?
Shine down.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to turn you into chicken. Okay, and there's not me being distracted already. Never. Absolutely not. That'd be ridiculous. Good job, Lenny. You're weak, but it's fine.
Now you shall perish.
Alright. Kill this dude. Ooh! I forgot he can shapeshift.
Rest and rebuild.
Alright.
So this is the thrill of adventure.
I got tainted water? What? Ah, there we go. What? There. Are there really this many of them? Dang, okay, where's the Sealy? Where are we going? Oh, okay, I see. Let me get all three. Come on. Wait! Wait. I didn't like that. Am I just not quick enough?
Let's move out.
Is it just gotta be constantly applied? Come back! Oh, fuck that. I ain't doing that right now. That's too annoying. Too annoying. I'll do what I'm supposed to. Oh, here's Cecily. I don't even want to hear it, Sealy. Can I not pick that flower? Oh, right. That's the one that needs water. Okay. We're in the spot. Okay, the entrance to the headquarters is underwater, so... We're swimming again.
Let's go and try to find the entrance.
Please? Am I deep now? Am I deep now? Yes. Okay. Cool. We're back underwater. Awesome. And I can whip him. Come on. Wait, I thought... Where's the button? Is it... Oh, it's the left trigger? There we go. I whipped him. Which means I got his powers. Heck yeah. Ah, I don't want to fight you. I just want to go this way. I didn't mean to hit the heel. Okay. It's a chest. Let's see. Am I not deep enough? Okay, this is one of the ones where I've got to aim for all three, I believe. Ah! I don't want to go over there. I want to get this chest. Let me dive down. Let me dive down a little bit. Okay. There we go. Haha! Alright, and let me get... Oh, cutscene.
Finally found it! Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all. Ah, you're right. An important place
Well,
like
Maloof's
this is bound
the
to have
person
a
who
ton of
told us
protective
about this
measures and
place, right?
mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
I don't know. I'm suspicious of Maloof still a little bit. Oh, we gotta see what's going on up there.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name.
Child,
is that right?
This is all he wants.
In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion
Don't
duelist
accept the
Clorette,
charge,
right?
you idiot.
I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey, don't you understand?
Oh,
You're
she's so
currently
annoying.
the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas,
Oh
it would
my
appear
goodness.
that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
Oh my gosh.
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics? We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you.
Oh, we have to be Navia now. We have to do this.
Case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default. Correct?
Oh. A young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name.
Child.
That's fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So I'll take you up on that offer.
Child.
So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted.
He's like, okay, I can sit. I'm good with that.
Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
Can I just give?
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organ?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes.
Okay. We're putting ourselves in a sticky situation.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court. Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial.
I feel bad, but at the same time, I don't know.
Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies, sir. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on.
I don't know. Guys, did we pick the wrong man?
I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father?
No, but you could have turned someone into water.
Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details.
Why
of that
are you
case.
struggling to remember?
Exactly
I don't
correct,
know.
Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
Good job, Neverlet. Ooh, Neverlet versus
On the
Navia.
day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, He chose to prove his innocence through a duel. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries.
All true.
These are the known facts about the case.
Okay, the problem is the clothes and the water.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene.
Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
Here we go. We begin. The banquet. Let's see. Wait, what am I refuting with the banquet? I don't think it's a loophole. No? Okay. Yeah, he didn't carry the gun, but wait. Really? Oh, I have to pick the right one. Ignore me. I'm still figuring out this mechanic. Okay, so the problem was here, and no, but the wife said, okay, 2 gunshots. He didn't have the gun, but okay. I'm clearly not good at this, guys, but I'm trying. The primordial water. That's gotta be it, right? Okay, here we go.
Found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice.
Okay, we got that one. Okay, he didn't bring a gun with him. Yeah. Then here. Okay. So, 2 gunshots. I'm just gonna go through. This is silly.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that
I don't
Jacques
understand
had
Genshin's
thoughts
logic
of
here.
assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered and instead shared everything with Callus, hoping to seek the latter's protection. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility and had sent out another assassin.
Okay, those were the 2. Oh, no, there needs to be more. Here we go.
Assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead.
There we go.
Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
She's very confident saying the true version. Like, true is a very strong word to be using in the situation when you're arguing your point. On one hand, I'm glad she's so determined that she is correct. On the other hand, I don't know, man.
So that's what happened.
Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things.
Yes.
One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you
Oh,
should just go home.
shush. Don't boo people.
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Good, Farina. You're at least with us for
Why do I
once.
feel like Farina's acting a little differently
I was about to say the same thing. Why is she going with us?
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
That's very possible, Silver.
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callis explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved,
would anyone have listened to him?
A defense.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What? If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand.
Yeah, she's been targeted.
I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callis was intending to die?
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callis never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, Weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
Oof.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most endearing traits.
No need to appeal to pathos.
Silver, why are you like
I won't
this?
try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Not much you can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations, until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter?
He's pushing this a bit hard.
But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson.
What is that gonna be?
Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, Demoiselle. This was my mistake.
Malouse has been here the whole time, though.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances?
I feel like no matter what we picked, we were going to be wrong,
You can also
right?
take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time.
But he is, I mean, I guess he needs to defend
Could those
himself,
records
but
and testimonies do something
the
to
way
appease
he's
the
being very
unspeakable anguish
flippant
in your
is
heart?
interesting.
Seems like she got the wrong guy.
At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings.
She's not, though.
Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
He's being mean.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth. While that same agency has long been taken from them, the people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well.
Hello, Tabs. How you doing?
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher?
Oh!
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Suddenly? Okay, you seem pretty surprised, though, Marcel. And Genshin's going good, Tabs. I'm just chilling right now. I'm going to be streaming at 5 in a little while. So I might end the stream at some point soon, take a nap, and then do another stream, I guess. A Subnautica stream.
I was
We'll see.
waiting for you to say that.
Okay, a little while earlier, so we're going back in time. 2 streams. Jade, I'm lonely this weekend. That's why I'm lonely. So I like talking to all of you and playing games, and I'm less lonely when we're all here together in the stream. Yeah? so yes, 2 streams. Okay. Up we go. Okay. We here. You might also stream today. What do you plan to stream, Tabs? Oh, that looks fancy. Look at it shine. Oh, what's in my bag? I'm gonna learn how to make these things. Yay! Oh, is party set up. Uh-oh. I don't like the sound of that. Okay, so we're in some sort of domain. Domain? Domain. I'm gonna switch Lenny out. Okay. As much as I love Lenny, and he's new. Oh yeah, you have the tier list today, Jade. And Tabs, you're gonna be playing Dino Crisis 2. You were thinking about doing 2 streams as well, but you just don't have enough time for 2. That's fair, Jade. I shouldn't have enough time for 2, but I'm just... My significant other is MIA this week. So I'm just being a lonely bun.
A brash maneuver.
Ah! It threw a thing. How dare it? But the tier list should be super fun. I'll be streaming later, so I'm probably gonna try and raid y'all if I can. Poke him? I can't. He's decided to go to the other, a faraway place. He comes back tomorrow, and then I'll be less lonely. But until then, what did I start? I hit a button. It was a magical button. Oh, oh, elevator.
Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
Yes, fancy place. But yeah. I will have company tomorrow, but for the moment, I am but a lonely bun. Oh, look at this! I like the glass walls. It looks nice, nice. Looks kind of like my Subnautica room, which is what I'll be playing later at 5 EST. Oh, it's one of those machines that does the thing.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
I'm sure we will, Paimon. Is the mechanism in the water? That do be what it looks like. Alright, let's go down. Hi, crab. Hello, crab. Thank you. I'm sorry. Wake back up. Okay, there you go. Isn't this one sonar? Oh, there we go. No? There we go. A smack to the door. Now what? Up? Oh! There's a mechanism. So glad we can't drown in Fontaine. That is kind of nice. What is this doing? We're doing a spinny vortex? Oh, the whole room is filling with water. Oh, that's how we're supposed to get up. I see. We can swim up now.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top.
Oh, can I go through this door? Yay, it opened.
This is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Oh, shush, Paimon. I don't flubbin' care. Alright. I'm trying to think of who it could be, because I don't know if the culprit is who we're blaming, but he did react very strangely when we mentioned the name Vache, when he shouldn't have known who that was to begin with. Let's go! One more. Hello. I should level up Wanderer the rest of the way. Level 80 is still doing some pretty damn good damage, but... Oh, look, there's more.
Wretched vermin.
How unfortunate for them.
There is no escape.
That they are... Ah! Those little bombs are annoying. Here we go. Woohoo! Alright. So, is this where the next mechanism is? Yes. So we turn this on, the water should rise the rest of the way, and then we can get up there. Air. Fancy, okay.
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
Alrighty. So we're going up. Oh, did I meet a new robot? Yeah. Don't care about the robots. Okay. And there's nothing really here. I just gotta go down. Down and around, I guess. There's another mechanism. Ooh, a chest. Uh-oh, Door of Resurrection. Whenever I see one of them, I'm like, I know something's about to happen. For those of you that have been with me, I don't want to hear the answer if you already know the answer, but I'm curious about what you think. Do you think we have the right culprit? Or do you think we were making a baseless accusation? Because he did recognize the name Vache, which he should not have done. He does have the funds for Gargamex, which also, I would like to point out, we are currently dealing with Gargamex.
Bow your head.
Okay, well, also, what are these? Assault Specialist. Assault Specialist mechs.
Shine down.
Behold.
I will also say floating is just very convenient.
Illusion shattered.
Hold the line.
Alright, here we go.
Know your place.
Good job, Wanderer. You're doing fantastic. As always. Easy. I don't know what kind of proof we're going to be able to find, though, but we better fucking bring it back quick. Because now it's not just Child in danger, but her as well. Though I do love Child, and I do want to help him.
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum. Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here. That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help Navia.
I don't know if we'll be able to find the evidence that we need. That's the problem. Okay, what's this?
What's all this? Aw, it's a bunch of really cute things.
Really cute
Pink
things?
accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
Huh?
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these
No.
cute things labeled with different girls' names? Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here, and then they were turned into water, and all the boxes of things, these names. That means...
Could this be a misunderstanding of some sort? I don't know. Do you think it could be like the orphanage? There was an orphanage we saw once. Let's see, bottles, are these the primordial water?
There's so much synth here, and so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea. Mixing in progress, ready to drink, stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled. Whoa, there's even fruit-flavored synth?
Paimon. They do make sense here.
Super obvious.
Okay. Cool. So we got the drugs. Experiment table.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough.
Breakthrough in what, though?
The experiment was
that could mean
failure.
anything.
No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea.
Oh
Female
no!
specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
Paimon.
Sorry, traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before.
Is it scary, Paimon, or is it just really sad?
Something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone.
I guess that's fair.
You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
The goal of the researchers is to save his lover.
Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane! Huh?
Vache.
Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
He's the researcher.
You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments?
Signed off on reports.
Vache was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either. If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
Does he want the ocean that's in the fountain to come back?
Paimon will write it all down.
To undissolve? Still not good, obviously, but... Is this the primordial water?
Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water. That means this is where they make all the synth. And that special water is the main ingredient. If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth. But the pure stuff can dissolve a human. Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
Okay. Good job, Paimon. You took notes. Congrats. You're a professional now.
Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes. Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him. Yep. It's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus.
Good.
Because of a lack of confidence.
We were able to back up Navia's claim. But we still haven't...
prove the existence of the third person, right?
Yes.
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely. I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups. They're all just so evil.
They are, Paimon. But there's still gotta be more than meets the eye.
We've looked at almost everything. Yeah. We haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Neuvillette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago.
Wait, but if he says he was from a different country and came over, then he couldn't have had anything to do with that. What if he went by a different name? What if he went by Vache?
We won't be able to identify the true culprit. Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
Okay, I guess we're keeping looking. Yeah, I don't know if are we going through it all again? Yeah. Nothing?
Nothing at all.
Paimon, this is not the time to snack. Not the time to snack. Oh, we got it.
What Paimon see? Venier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name? Then you found her diary. Let's see. Aw. It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story.
What does that say?
So many. A whole page is the final name Marcel. Wait. Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vache and Venier's grown son?
Let's go. It's Marcel.
Hey! Paimon still hasn't figured it out yet.
Paimon, be patient. Okay, we're back at the opera.
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache?
Huh.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
Be patient with us. We're solving a case.
It's all right, Monsieur Neuvillette. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
You say you've never heard of Vache, but we see that you were his son.
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been
Wait,
Vache.
always been Vache. Okay.
Huh?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything. After your lover, Venier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vache.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Ooh.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Okay, so it is him. Good, we got the right guy.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Who even never let this in this now.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this? Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your
I'm sure some people have, yes, actually.
No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vinier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever.
No, they're not. We literally talked to your lover.
You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Venier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes,
is he gonna turn himself
follow.
into water?
But I'm not from this blasted place.
Oh no!
So I can't be dissolved.
He
no
wants to
what
dissolve
I do.
himself and can't. Poor bud.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. can't dissolve! Do you all see? I can't go, I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that, and in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me.
He's got this on the... I don't like that he's got a full bottle.
I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
He's gonna turn them all into water.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me. I still need to save Vignere. Her promise.
No, bud.
I made a promise. Vignere. Vignere. Please, Vignere. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
Good for you, child.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case.
Yep, I got you.
The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vignere. During an underwater expedition, Vignere accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result.
Oh, poor guy.
Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignere back to life.
I mean, I say poor guy, but
To cover his
he's been
tracks,
awful.
He invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson. During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
Woo!
The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher.
Why do I have a feeling it's not going to go as planned?
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse,
Yeah, it's not going to be the right answer.
Mr. Vacher is guilty.
Okay, it is the right answer.
Guards! Take Vacher away.
Good. It's what he deserves.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
Is it?
We really
I'm
just
worried.
witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
Yippee! We helped Navia bring the bad guy to justice!
Oh, Paimon, let's not get too excited
He's
yet.
hurt so many innocent people, and now he's finally getting what he deserves.
He's got to have business partners.
Are you okay?
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
No, wait, she's been caught,
The day
so...
our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice
Is
has
she
been
going to turn into
served.
water? Because I'm going to be so distraught.
Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner. See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been
Child.
served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to.
Child,
so,
do you want
if
your
you'll
vision back?
excuse me.
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
What now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really
Oh,
necessary?
bureaucracy.
Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right?
Through
Yes.
evidence presented in
I
the public
guess.
trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final
Is this
verdict
gonna
on the
give us a
charges.
problem now? I'm just so suspicious of this machine.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, guilty.
What?
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent? What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Oh no.
This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
That's not right.
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
This makes no
The judgment
sense.
of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict. Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
No! Never let. You just said it's wrong. What's he gonna do, child? You're gonna do something.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules.
Why is he...
Well, I've got mine too!
Oh, he's using the frickin' what is it called? Delusion. Don't use the delusion, child. It's bad for you. You know this. Child, please. He's doing delusion things. Dude. Do we have to fight him again? Never let.
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Never let. Ooh. What? Child's been arrested.
Hey, Monsieur Novelette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment
it doesn't
is
matter
the final verdict of the court.
what anyone else thinks. The machine
All
determines
I do
everything.
is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
We gotta ask her.
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it. I don't know what happened there either. Hey,
Farina,
stop staring at me!
Don't yell.
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap?
I don't know, Farina. You're acting very suspicious.
You thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's results.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement.
I'm not sure anyone believes that.
Of course, for every performance there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment! If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance
No, she's playing into it and accusing him with no evidence.
Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable. All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict.
Lenny wanted to know what was going on there. Maybe Lenny's gonna come out of the woodwork to help us now.
Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
Farina.
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea. However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
All right. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now. After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff, so he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
Oh gosh, but not like this. Alright. Well, guys, I am going to pause and take my leave for the moment. And we'll see. Part of me is less inclined to play Subnautica later. Part of me is inclined to play Genshin instead. So I might put up a vote and see what y'all are interested in my Discord. If you're not in my Discord, that is where we will be taking the vote. And yeah. Let's see who is currently online that we can raid. Rukatora is currently online, so we are going to be raiding her. While she is not a bun, she is a bun supporter, and she's an absolutely wonderful bean. So be kind over there. And like I said, I'll be back later, probably around 5. I'm still deciding whether I'm going to do more Genshin, because I'm very invested in the story, or whether I should be doing some Subnautica. So guys, I'll see y'all in a little bit. Make sure you pop into Discord to take a vote, and have a great hour or whatever. Bye!